Web3 TV.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another interview at the Dubai Esports Festival 2025. I'm another host. Standing next to me, joining me here today is a visionary who began his crypto journey back in 2014 on Sweat Coin, and now Sweat as well.
Yeah.
Oleg, how are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing very well. This is an incredible event. Lots of gamers, lots of parents of gamers. I'm one of them.
Right.
And yeah, amazing buzz.
I love your booth. I love that you're displaying the treadmills to show that you can earn while you move. For the audience who may not know what this concept is, please can you give a quick explanation about it?
I mean, we literally pay you to walk. It's a free app. You've got a pair of legs. You install application. You can start with Sweatcoin. It's a step tracker. And in Sweatcoin, you just tap a button, I want to walk for crypto. And you start receiving Sweat, which is a real crypto token listed on more than 20 different exchanges. And you manage it in Sweat Wallet, which is a smart multi-chain wallet powered by AI. This is actually what we announced literally half an hour ago. Addition of AI assistant called Mia, Movement in Action, and additional support of 4 chains: Ethereum, Base, Arbitrum, and BNB.
And that's why you're a multi-chain ecosystem.
Exactly.
Really inspiring. What inspired you to create something like this? What made you want to create something that allowed people to earn while they move?
Yeah, in 2014, I had a very, very stressful year. My previous business perished in very bizarre circumstances, and I went for a run, and I couldn't complete 5K at a decent pace. And I started thinking, my God, how could I lose fitness so quickly? I had a startup, I had 2 young children, so, I can bring whatever number of excuses, but 3 years before I was climbing some of the highest mountains in the world, and here I was running like like an old man.
Right.
And what dawned on me was the reason why we want to be more active, but we can't, is because nature didn't build us to be active. Nature built us to survive. And that means preserving calories. So the default mode for your body would be to sit and preserve calories, because that guarantees your survival for longer than if you're running, doing pull-ups and push-ups, because calories were scarce. Now calories are not scarce. The danger of death is not there, but this programming is still sitting in our minds, and an idea of making instant gratification for every step you take flips that switch and makes nature work for you.
Wow.
Rather than against you. Because once you think that every step is valuable, subconsciously you start taking more steps every day.
Interesting.
Approximately 20%. People skip for example, instead of taking a bus, people walk. Because in most countries in the world, if you're taking public transport, especially bus, and in big city, you would get there faster if you walked than if you were in public transport, because everything is so chokers, buses just don't move.
Congested.
I know that in London, where I lived for years and years, that definitely was the case. I would overtake buses on my way to work.
This is really cool. I think what you're building is really something that hasn't been done before. The way that you do it, how can you always ensure that everybody is able to earn on their movement? Because surely there's a finite amount of sweat in the world. How are you able to earn, keep earning and keep earning and keep earning? How does that work?
Wow, it's a big question, tokenomics. Well, actually, it's not a finite amount of sweat in the world.
Okay.
So it is an uncapped token.
Okay, unlimited supply.
But since we launched 2.5 years ago, we launched with 21 billion sweat in existence.
Okay.
And
21 billion Bitcoin. Oh, so that's 21 million.
Yeah.
This is 21 billion.
We had 21 billion because we already had approximately 21 billion sweat coins. And when we launched, we basically converted sweat coin into sweat.
Okay.
And it was 21 billion.
Okay.
Now it is 21.12. So there is a tiny increase. Why? Because we are generating very healthy revenue in sweat and in fiat, and we burn on the float of sweat that we control. And we've already burned 3.5 billion sweat. And if you actually forecast in the future, we will be deflationary on the total supply. So I know that some people in Web3 think that, you got to have a capped supply of
Right.
a token in order for it to be successful. Not correct. What you need to think about is circulating supply. And if it is declining, which is our case, you are deflationary, right? Even if you print tokens, but if you burn more than you print,
It's deflationary. Yeah,
totally,
of course.
exactly.
Okay, okay.
That's-
It depends on the
that
burn
is
rate.
what we're building.
And how do you define the burn rate?
Well, it's community that decides. We, we generate fees, when you opt into prize draws, when you buy something, we generate very, very big amount of fees in Sweat because with support of additional chains, we even think that it rhymes, pay your fees with your feet. You can own any asset, interact with any dApp, do whatever you want on any chain, and you pay with Sweat, which means that your legs are subsidizing your blockchain fees.
Wow.
All of that is going into a pot that community voted to be burned.
Okay.
And every month we burn minimum 50 million Sweat. There were months when we were burning 250 million Sweat.
Wow.
So it is an ongoing and continuous process. And as we become profitable, we will be buying token on the open market and the burn amounts are going to go up.
Interesting. This is a proper way of doing things. It sounds like a proper way of doing things. Kind of like the Fed using monetary policy. Every now and then they increase the supply of money, they reduce interest rates, they increase interest rate. Same with you. You're going to use it on a case-by-case basis, month-by-month basis. How many to burn this month versus next month? That's how it works, I guess.
Yeah, the big difference between us and Fed, Fed kind of goes, we're going to print another $10 billion. The way it works with us is you decide with your physical activity how much is getting printed. The very important thing, the minting difficulty is constantly going up. So when we started 2.5 years ago, it was 1,000 steps for one Sweat. Now it is 7,500.
Okay.
Why do we do that? For two reasons. Reason one is you very quickly understand, I need to walk more and earlier because as it rises on the basis of everyone walking, the earlier you walk and the more you walk, the better return on movement you get. Second, it allows us to manage inflation over time so that it doesn't matter if we have, 8 billion users 5 years down the line and all of them walk 10,000 steps a day. Actually, emissions in absolute sense are going to be very, very low, approximately 0.2% inflation. Now, if you consider burns, that means that everything is going to be incredibly deflationary. But even without them, with this tightening of minting curve, we have very, very good and reliable and predictable tokenomics that, kind of puts everyone's, that puts crypto natives' mind at ease because, a lot of people have been burned by, some move to earn projects.
Yes, we've heard about those.
Exactly. That didn't really think through carefully through all of these questions. And because we started in 2014, we had ample time to really figure out how to be profitable, how to build tokenomics. And our goal, as a business, North Star, I don't know if you know this term.
Yes.
What is a single thing that we're focusing on? And our North Star is the value of an active day. So how much do you earn for 10,000 steps walked? Which means that our interest and your interest as token holder are 100% aligned. Because the more valuable the day is, the more people are coming, the more active the world becomes, and the higher the value of the tokens that people hold in their pockets have. So it works for everybody, walkers, token holders, and us as a team.
I would love to continue this conversation. I have so many burning questions, maybe a podcast one day, but we'll leave it there because I got the main points of Sweat, and I can't wait to use it. I'm using it. I have it downloaded. I can't wait to spread the word to my community and get everybody onboarded for you.
Thank you. And you know what? Really, What's not to like?
Right.
You've got legs, the apps are free, and all of a sudden, we pay you to walk, and you literally can walk into crypto.
Right, exactly. It's a great adoption. It's the greatest adoption, one of the greatest
Exactly.
tactics of getting Web2 people to Web3. Oleg, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description so you can check out Oleg's profile as well as Sweat and Sweatcoin. Thank you again. I'm Adele, the host, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!
Thank you.
Web3 TV.